Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I have a subscriber's request to do a reading on Deontay Wilder. The person wanted to know like just what the energy was like generally around him because they said that they had seen an interview where he had gone completely off the rails. And so I went back and watched the interview, and I highly agree. Um, and kudos to the young lady that was doing the interview because she looked afraid, and I could see why. Even though, we know that he wouldn't have done anything to her, but he did seem unhinged. So I asked the tarot just to show me the general energy around him. Okay, so I think that Deontay is struggling to hold it together internally. Um, I think that he perceives the media as toxic and manipulative. I think that he sees the system of boxing this way as well. And because of this, he feels that the system and the media are the reason that he's misunderstood. But truthfully, the reason that he's misunderstood is that he has communication issues. Oh, wow. Um, his career success is in the past. I think that he's coming down from his peak, and it's likely that he's grappling with the fear that the dynasty that he built is crumbling because he no longer holds the top position. I think that he feels like he's losing himself and is showing up as emotional volatility because he's resisting instead of accepting the death of his career. Oh, that's unfortunate. So this man is in fight mode all the time. He's always on edge and feels like he constantly has to defend himself. Um, but the public wants him to go away. Go away and reflect on who he is. Outside of boxing. He needs guidance. He needs guidance and he needs support. So this is the card of winning the battle but losing the war. So I feel like no matter what he does, he has this fear that his legacy will be that of a sore loser rather than a great champion. He wants to be, you know, a winner in the ring, but more than that, he wants to win the war of public opinion. Something deep in his spirit is pulling him back to origins, meaning, legacy. The advice that I'd give Deontay is to go and have like a private guided meditation session. And have this person guide him back to the beginning. Have this person ask him, why did you start boxing? Because it's showing up here in this gift to this little girl. I heard him say that in an interview, but the person needs to guide him back to what his pure motivation was. Because it's rooted in vulnerability. And because that vulnerability is no longer there, he's lost the connection. And I just don't think that he recognizes that, or maybe he just doesn't understand that. So he's standing on ground that hasn't been properly mourned. Burial ground points to something specific that's been laid to rest but never actually resolved. So he has some spiritual and emotional work to do, because this isn't something that's logical. It feels like something in him is being activated. And I wouldn't be surprised to hear him say something along the lines of, sometimes he feels possessed. Not like by a demon or something, but like by an ancestor. And I would like to see him go on a show like Finding Your Roots or something like that, because I think that he may have an ancestor that died in an extremely tragic way, and for some reason or another, this ancestor wants Deontay to avenge him. And I think that Deontay is not only carrying his own baggage, but he's carrying the baggage of this ancestor. And it's too much. It's time to let it go. It's time for a spiritual cleansing. Proposal. I think that Deontay is considering retirement. I think that he's been considering retirement, but he's been keeping it, a secret. But it feels like he may have been waiting for a sign before he makes that decision. I think that his messaging is going to become less violent and aggressive, like we saw in that interview. But he may become more cryptic. My advice for Mr. Wilder is that he chooses a second career, either in advocacy, as in like mentoring young fighters, or something related to Black history, like something in that nature, or he chooses a career in the arts, like acting or writing, storytelling, painting, something of that nature, because something where he can emotionally express himself is how he's going to find his healing. Yeah, so I'm sorry. The person that asked for this, yeah, I kind of feel like his boxing career is over, but things aren't over for him. He just needs to accept it, get the spiritual help that he needs, and he's going to be okay. So that is all that I have for this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching.